Hello guys, it is me Arielle from Let's Help the World and Let's Help Positivity. Today's video I'm going to show you a little bit of information about what is the heat of a creativity because again I just got the blog a couple hours ago. And just to say this project it's more bigger than you think it is, even though we're going to be not a lot of videos, not like the Magical Nature project. Even though this project does it actually is in the summer and I have more time to do videos. But for now there are less videos for the Magical Nature project, but during the summer I have more time to do those, so probably gonna have a little bit more. Why I'm clarifying that is because this project is more of a sort of part two, we could say, of the Let's Up the World project. What I mean by that is that the heat of creativity will bring up my number one passion of doing arts, but I'm actually doing a project. Yes, surrounding that, but not 100% completely that. It's not gonna be only arts for nothing, just like that. It's not like for example, the magical nature of 2023, it was just about nature and nothing else. This year, I decided to bring it back to actually have more information, having more context into it than before. The heat of creativity is the first year to do it. I don't know if it's going to be another year, but we're going to say first year for now. We're just going to say that it's a project for now. The heat of creativity really is going to bring up the real topic that I usually do in its arts. I always do drawings. I always do paintings. If you're subscribed to my Pinterest page, because I know I have 6 subscribers, if you're one of those 6 people on Pinterest, you know that I post a lot of arts in there. And I also want to bring it back to the channel because before I was that type of YouTuber who actually posted drawings every day as shorts, but I also decided to do drawing packs, and it kind of stressed me out to do as much as I can to actually complete those drawing packs and not having like a very short one. Which is why I decided to post on Pinterest because those are drawings. If it can be posted on Pinterest, if you don't have to be in a video, I said to myself that, and it's a great decision to never do drawing packs on YouTube again. It was a change, but it did. I did it for good. I want to bring it that type of content back, but in a more organized way, in a less stressful way. And what I mean by that is because this concept really was the thing for my channel for a while was arts, and I want to bring it back uh, for just a little bit of time to just bring it a little bit because in June, on June 26, 2025, it's going to be 4 years that the Let's Help the World actually exists. And I think the heat of creativity will kind of bring back this concept because of that, to kind of celebrate how long we have been on YouTube. But also, why I want to bring back the old concepts of art, but more organized and having more context and being less stressful for me to work on, is that for a couple of weeks, I've actually done some projects in my home, and I actually wanted to show them on YouTube. But then I actually thought of doing the Heat of Creativity project to kind of show my skills of art. But I also want to share something else. When you share art on YouTube, it's technically positivity. And you know, guys, that in my YouTube channel, Let's Hope the World, That's All Positivity, it's all about sharing the good things about life. It's about fixing what's wrong and do more what's right. And it kind of do a lot of positive stuff to share so that more people can do it as well. So we can have a bigger, good kind of community that we can reduce negativity we have in the world. And I think the great way to actually express this kind of thinking that I have is to actually bring it to arts. And arts is one of my favorite things. Not the whole arts, the not the not acting, not music. That's not what I'm talking about. But the art when you create a piece of art, like a painting, a drawing, this kind of art. And I was always like this since my young age. Like around, I've always been like this since 5 year old, and since 5 years old, I was always this type of person who always will draw to actually pass time. And I actually got into a really big passion and it led me to this YouTube channel. And on Pinterest, it's where my passion actually got to too. And this passion of art is what actually led me to create Let's Up the World too. Not the Let's Up the World you know now, like if you are a fan, if you're a recent fan of me, I don't know a lot about his channel, but I actually started out as Sonic fan and I was a art girl. If you are one of my oldest fans, you know it. But I want to bring it back for that reason to actually memorize what we did for 4 years, but also to share positivity as well because there's too much darkness in our world right now, and sharing positivity is what I think is right to do right now. And the reason is because, it's like I said, there's too much darkness in this world. And if I share a lot of positivity into the internet, then more people will do it. It will kind of reduce negativity. Because you can't erase negativity, but if you can reduce it to have more positivity than negativity, it's more than alright for me. My goal is to share the positive thoughts that I have about life to actually fix what's wrong and do what's right. And the hidden of creativity really brings those values into this project, and also to kind of break down the those awkward topics. I want to break down these. I want to bring those awkward topics so that we can be comfortable with it and just fix what's wrong by just talking about it. If you keep silence about some things that are wrong, then they're not gonna be fixed. They're not gonna be listened. They're not gonna be listenable. If you talk about it, if you say your opinion about it, that it's bad, you want to fix that, that's when it happens. In the heat of creativity is what I want to happen. Creativity, to put that aside, we put the art aside. Creativity isn't everything. The way you organize, the way you learn, the way you read. Yeah, the way you read is creative too. The way you speak is also creative sometimes when you express it's creativity. Um, you can fix problems by being creative, finding creative solutions to get out of a problem. Creativity isn't everything. And even if you don't believe it, take a moment to name all the things that you can get creative with. This project is also about that, to actually bring out of what you can be creative with and bring out all of those positive things into YouTube could bring people to also post some positive things like that too. In this project, The Heat of Creativity, you actually see that it doesn't have like a watermark of Let's Up the World. That doesn't mean it isn't an Let's Up the World project, it's just that it saves some space on this blog thing. But the heat of creativity is a Let's Help the Rock project, 100%. It shares all about positivity. There's not any negativity into this project. We're not even gonna talk about the problems of the world in this project, the heat of creativity. It's all about positivity. If I talk about something negative that it's happening in the world, it's going to be in the Let's Help the Rock project. but it's not going to be in the heat of creativity, just to clarify some things. And even if the heat of creativity is here, the PAC pictures will also be here as well. Oh, another creative thing, stories and documents about stuff. Even when you document about someone information, that is being creative because you create a document with a lot of information, you put dynamic into it. It's another creative thing too that we have to learn. And I want to learn you guys of how we can be creative with everything that exists in the world. Yeah. Even the politics, the countries will create the rules. I just say it. Create. Creativity. You just create something that wasn't there before. You create it's creativity. You know? You create a new invention that people can use. That's also creativity. There's creativity in everything. I'll tell you guys. And I want to learn you in this project to resume, learn you about how to be creative with everything, share positivity in the internet because there's too much darkness, showing art. That's the basic of it. Showing art. Those three things is in this project, nothing more. In this project, I know you guys will be like, "Oh, is it gonna be for 2 months until in the summer?" No, no, no. It's just going to be the month of July. We need to slow down on uh, the months of projects, alright? Just the month of July is enough for me to do the heat of creativity. In August, we're gonna slow down and start something new. But in July, it's going to be the heat of creativity. And why? Because it was always summer vibes, and summer vibes actually took July and August to do it. I don't want to do it. The heat of creativity is for July, but for August will be something else. Alright, so now that everything about the creativity, the basics of the heat of creativity is done, when I'm going to be back on June 22nd, and that's up the road, I'm going to share everything about the heat of creativity. Everything that's going to be posted about the heat of creativity, I'm gonna send it out. But for this video, I'm just going to explain what is the project, but I'm not gonna say details when I'm going to post because I don't know yet. So, all of that said, I hope that you guys actually like this video and have some clarification about what is the heat of creativity and the basics. And all of that said, let's see you guys to another video. And also, there's this Subway first update tomorrow. There's definitely gonna be a video about that. So stay tuned for that Subway first video. Alright? So all of that said, see you guys to the next Subway first update video. Bye guys!